Go.
Hello and welcome to another episode of A Trini in Atlanta. Well, today I'm making a short, well, not really a short video, I'm making a video, but I want to concentrate mostly on my shout outs. I have been neglecting that, so I want to do some shout outs. I have my book out where I wrote everything because it usually comes on my phone, and I don't have my phone while I'm taping because we tape from the phone. Well, anyways, I just want you to know that Shafik is doing very well. Every day, one day at a time. Tomorrow will be a month since he's had this awful operation. But the only thing I did not know is how weak he would be even this far out of the operation. His blood count is low, his iron is low, so he doesn't have this energy to do a lot. But other than that, the heart has healed well, the cut is healing well, but his body, he have to start the exercise, and that will tire him, so he would sleep more. When he's sleeping more, he will heal quicker. But for the most part, your prayers have been answered. I appreciate each and every one of you, and all the prayers, all the advice, all the love and support that every one of you have given me. I know that you all was on this journey with me, and I appreciate it. Well, anyways, to thank you, let me tell you what we are doing. Today we are making gulab jamun or fat kurma, my version of this. When I was growing up, when I was very little actually, my grandmother, my mom mother would make this. This is the only person I have ever seen physically made this. And this is the only recipe I know. I have not really changed her recipe as much. But over the years, I have added a couple of things. Like if I have it, I add some ginger because I genuinely like the taste of ginger in it. If you don't like the ginger, omit it. It's not a big deal. A little cinnamon, a little cardamom, a little nutmeg, and if you want a little allspice. Carnation milk for needing, condensed milk. If you need extra carnation milk, you could use full fat milk if you had that. I have half and half as well. You could use that. This is a cup and a half of ghee, which is cattle butter. Some Kerrygold and the flour. This is 3 cups of sugar and 1.5 cups of water. I may need to put, let me see how it plays. I'll need to put some more water. I think I may need to put a little more water in this. This is 1 liter of oil for frying. So let me show you what I'm doing. Now I know I am different. So just because I am not needing this in my hand. We are putting this in the food processor. So here we go. We are going to definitely take this and take the ginger into that. That's about 2 tablespoons of ginger. This I'm going to start with a half cup of, no, a half cup of this is the half cup of the ghee right here. If I'm needing and it needs more, I will add more for that. But for right now, half cup. And then I'm going to put this on the food processor for now. This is exactly, and I measured it. So if you ask, this is 6 cups of all-purpose unbleached flour. King Arthur all-purpose unbleached. And I'm going to start letting this beat together. While that is doing, I'm going to add a little bit of all the spices. And when I said a little bit, I just mean a little bit. So this might get this will be about a teaspoon. This will be the most amount. The cardamom would be the most amount. I would say a teaspoon This is just the nutmeg, so this will just be a tip like that. That's it. Same thing with the cinnamon, a tip like that, and the allspice even less. One tip like that with the allspice, so even less. So all that is season the flour a little bit. I've seen people put coconut milk. The idea is when you're cooking is what you like, and if that's what you like, then go. So I'm going to start right now with the carnation milk. This is a little too high. It's going a little too high. I don't want it to make a mess. Okay, so I'm going to add the condensed milk a little at a time, and I'm going to stand here and keep adding while it's kneading. Playing with that, I don't want it to get over. Okay, I'm going to wash out this can with a little bit of water, maybe a little bit, a couple of tablespoons of water, just to wash out the can. Like this, yep. Because you can't have a lot of milk left in it, so I don't want to throw it out. And I'm doing the same thing with the carnation for all the fat that is in stuff. Okie dokie. So this is about a half cup now, and I'm going to add this and let it continue kneading. That's there. Let that continue kneading there. While that is kneaded, I'm looking at it and I'm thinking it needs a little more milk. So I am going to open this can of the carnation milk because I had that extra one in case I needed it. It's been a good while since I've made these, so I'm going to add a little more milk as I'm kneading, so it will continue. Perfect. Nice. Smells really good, rich, because it's excellent, excellent, excellent. I'm going to add a little bit of the Kerrygold now, maybe a tablespoon or two. Let me see, 1 tablespoon. Let me start with 1 tablespoon. Two tablespoons of Kerrygold to the flour, and let the flour continue kneading there. Okay, and let that get together now. I'm turning the mixer on a little more so that the flour could actually start kneading. All the time it was just mixing, now it's kneading. There is no mess anymore because it's not going to fly all over. The flour is not going to fly all over, so I could turn the mixer on a little more. Now I know some people put baking powder, and that's okay too. My grandmother this was her recipe except for the little spices that I add, so I don't put baking powder. I have never put baking powder. And I am the only person I know that makes this in my entire circle. My brothers, my sisters, my sister-in-laws, my aunts, I am the only one who makes this for them. So that is why 6 cups of flour. Because when this video comes out and my sisters them see I made gulab jamun, everybody will be coming for their share. I'm going to stop this for a minute and I'm going to feel it there, right? Right, the flour feels really nice. It is nice. I can add a little, I think it could take a little more of the condensed milk, not a lot. Okay, that's excellent. So from here, I can see what it, if I need anything, I'm not going to over knead the flour. Definitely, I don't want that. So if you notice here, I'm going to move all of these things because I'm done with the kneading process. So I don't need none of these things anymore. This I will keep. I may need this. This I don't. All of this I'm done with. So if you notice here, the flour is nice and soft. I'm going to throw it on this board so that you can have a look at see at it. And this is the flour. The flour, it's, if you notice, it's not sticking to my hand. It is not sticking to my hand at all because it has absorbed all the liquid. And I am just going to leave it here for a minute and let it continue. Let it sit for a while. Now this doesn't have any leavening agent, baking powder, nor yeast or anything. So it doesn't have to sit for a long time because it doesn't have any of those things. So that's it. That is done. And this is this here. When it is ready, I'm going to take a little bit of this ghee, put it in my hands, and I'm going to massage it into this flour so that it wouldn't stick to anything after that. And in my experience, and I always have to go back to my experience, the processor does a better job than my hands of kneading this flour because my hand doesn't have the energy as much to knead this much flour, but the processor does. And I have been using the processor when I opened Alpharetta store. I was making a lot one day and I realized that my hands got so very tired. So I put it in the processor and then I realized that it came out excellent. And so after that, I never use my hands again. So I am going to leave this here for a little minute. Let the dough just sit. It doesn't have nothing much to do with the dough because, as I told you, the dough have nothing to have to sit to rise. And you can mess up myself. Oh, I'm so dirty. Anyways, I'm going to put the oil up to hot. The oil will have to be medium hot. You don't want it very hot because it will burn the kurma, the gulab jamun, the fat kurma, and it wouldn't cook. Now I'm going to put the pag up to hot. The thing about the pag, it has to be hot on lower heat. The pag cannot be hot on high heat, and I'll tell you why. If you hot the pag on high heat, it is going to cook here and caramelize, and that is not what you want. That would mean the sugar is too hot. Now there is a lot of people who put the sugar, they put the fat kurma into the sugar and they roll it like kurma. That is not how my grandmother did it. She would take one of the kurma, the gulab, put it in the sugar, and then put it out there to dry. So it was sweet, it was glistening, but it wasn't, the sugar was not hard on it. And that is how I still do it. So there is other ways, as I said, there's a lot of other ways to do it. That's how my grandmother do it, and that's how I continue to do it. So I'm going to put a little more water, just a little, not a lot, because I don't want it to get too thin. I want the pak to actually be able to adhere to the. I'm going to take 1 spoon, just 1 spoon of ghee and put it there. So the oil itself will be a little bit rich. That will be about enough. Together with the vegetable oil, this is sunflower seed oil. And now I'm going, while that is getting up, I'm going to start breaking some of these, and so that I can have it ready. And this is how I'll do mine. That's it. You just keep breaking as you go around. When my husband would have been able, this would have been his favorite snack. He adored this. I never made it often because it's just very time consuming, and but I made it enough, maybe twice for the year, for everybody. But I think this is the first time, yeah, this is the second time I've made it. I'm making it for this year. So, of course, Dania is going to come over later and have her share, because you know that's my baby. She always have first pick of everything. So she's going to come over later and get her gulab. And RJ, as one of our nice things that RJ likes, he loves himself some gulab jamun. I'm still going to turn this pak down a little more, because I think it's starting to boil already, and I don't want it to overboil. So to the pak, the only thing I will add again, and I'll add it now, is a little bit of the cardamom. That's it, just a little bit of the cardamom. I'll add to that, maybe a teaspoon. Oh, a little less than a teaspoon of cardamom, just to flavor the sugar, but nothing else. So when I'm done with this, I'm going to continue making these. I'm only making a few, and then I'll turn everything off, because I want to talk to you. I want to send greetings out and shout out to everybody, but I also wanted to show you how quick and easy it was to make something so delicious. And if you follow me, you know if I am making it, it is not difficult. You know I am not making anything that is difficult. That is not happening in this kitchen. Anything that comes off this kitchen have to be quick. Radha, Mama, I met you in the hospital when Shafiq was having his surgery, and I promise you, as soon as he was well and I was well, I will call you over and we're going to make 2 videos. You are cooking chicken curry because she's Guyanese, and I am doing curry chicken. So expect my call sometime this week. If you have the time, or maybe after Thanksgiving, if you have the time, we can do it. Because I know everybody is busy with Thanksgiving, just a couple of weeks away. So it was so lovely to meet you at the hospital. Let me see. Ooh, guys, not yet. I have to wash this back. I did the wrong spoon, but that's okay for now. Okay, I'm just making the sugar boil, but on low heat. So it's going to melt. The idea is to let the sugar melt. Okie dokie. Okay, I'll turn this heat down to halfway, not low, but medium, not even medium high, a little less than medium high. So I'm saying medium low. Test the flour to see if it comes up. Yep, I think that is ready. heat right yet. Let it continue. Now don't over put, because you don't want to crowd the pot and cool the oil. So I'm not going to over put any much of this kurma into the oil for the first time. I'm going to let it so keep turning this so it will melt. Okay, so I'm thinking this oil is more than ready to drop some of the gulab jamun or fat kurma, as the case may be, into it. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to turn the fan on now. Turn the fan on and the light on, and here we are. We're going to throw some stuff in. Okay, that should be enough. I'm going to let it cook there before I turn it, and when it comes up on top, then I'm going to turn it. So this is cooking already. This sugar is cooking. It's starting to thicken up as I want it to thicken up. That's exactly how I want it to thicken up. And I'm not going to move this until it doesn't start turning, coming up for itself, because I don't want it to burn. See? Its color is gorgeous already. So when you put this amount of oil, enough to cover the gulab jamun or the fat kurma, you don't need to turn it, because it will cook for itself on that heat. So as you notice, I turned the heat down low now. It still have enough heat there to cook it, but not enough for it to burn it. Unless, of course, if you forgot it. So I have to tell you all, my husband is manning the camera. He is doing his thing today. He is there with me and he is manning the camera. Whoopee! He smiled when I told you all. He went and sat down. He got tired. He went and sat down. Oh man, it was so awesome to read y'all's comment, y'all's prayer. I felt so loved, and I'm sure he felt extra loved, because everybody only had the really best things to say. It made him feel so special. Nice. 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 And this would be done. I'm going to take these out and I'm going to put it here for now, because this is done. Okay, and while this is still hot, while this is still hot, I'm going to take this and I'm going to throw it into this bag like this and let it soak. That is how I'll do this. That is how I do mine. That's how I do it. And I have this is here as well. There, I'm going to put it on this greaseproof paper, because what I don't want is for it to be able to stick later and I cannot get it out. With a greaseproof paper, it will not stick. Now you cannot leave this too long inside here because it will start to fall apart. It will soak in too much. So I would say 30 seconds to 45 seconds is enough. So now I am going to remove these. And this will be it. I'm going to remove this. I'm going to leave it here and I'm going to let it sit so the sugar could soak into it and dry on top of it. Now, as I tell you, you can put the hard sugar if you want on yours, and that is okay too, but that is not how I do mine, and this is how I do mine. Now, I have a whole bunch more to make, and I will make them out as soon as I'm done, but for right now, I'm going to turn everything off, and I'll continue this later, because I want to say my shout outs. I want to do my shout outs. This is ready. This I'm going to leave here for a few minutes. Then I'm going to break open one when it's cold and not going to burn me, and show you how it is. Now, I have quite a few shout outs. If you look at this, I have quite a few shout outs. I hope I get to all of them today. That's why I made a short video, because I didn't want to make a long video and then didn't have the time to tell you all, to appreciate you all. So I'm going to start with Barbara Dre from TNT. Everybody here, if I don't say it, I appreciate you, I thank you, I love you. You are always welcome to call me. You know my cell phone number, 404-729-2327. And reach out to me. If you want to do it on the YouTube channel, that's fine. But Jennifer Reed from Dallas, Texas. Samday Mirage from Trinidad and Tobago. Tisha from Freeport in Trinidad. Asha Bisoon from Trinidad. Ramona Pemberton from Georgetown, Guyana. Big up Guyana, yeah. Stephanie from Far Rockaway, New York. Alicia from Florida. She's been living in Florida for 35 years, people. But she was born in Trinidad. Rita Ramroop from Trinidad. Keisha, pronounced yes, as it say, Keisha. Vashti Prasad, Michael Thomas, who is my friend, and he's been my friend for many years. And every single day, Michael Thomas would call me to find out about my husband. Thank you, Michael. I do love you. Melissa Proctor. Man, Melissa Proctor, let me tell you about that child. That child is the Chief Marketing Officer for the Atlanta Hawks. She is busy. But every minute that child have an opportunity, she's reaching out to me. I cannot love anybody more than I love you, my child. You are as close to me as Becca is. Annette Lemons, who is my best friend. All the Pulisics, my daughter's in-laws, my son-in-law, his mom, his dad, his sisters, dear husband, my brother-in-law. This afternoon, Shafiq got a letter from his brother-in-law telling him how, if he needs anything. These people are amazing and wonderful. Cynthia, you did an amazing job of raising those children, and those girls and their husband are awesome. I am glad to be a part of your family. Becky Qureshi, who has always stood with me, who've been through this, so she have a good idea what it feels like. I thank you very much, Becky Qureshi, for always being there. My husband, cousins in New York, Hasmatalis, who always reach out to us. I appreciate you all. Ria Rhea Solomon, Reeya Salam. Sorry if I butcher your name. I am trying. Easy B, the big DJ from Atlanta. Thank you, Easy. Thank you for reaching out. Thank you for being my brother and being there with me. Michelle from New York, who always send all the pretty postcards. I appreciate you. Veronica from Fish Time, my dear friend. You are going through your own little thing here and you still have time to reach out to me and to be kind. I appreciate you. She have the most amazing seafood restaurant in Atlanta, in Accord. It is really good. We had my birthday party was there. Can't say enough about you, Veronica. Lydia Saladin from Miramar, Florida. Ingrid from Trinidad, who live in New York and moved to Florida. Brenda Bowler Vanderpool from Grenada, live in San Fernando for a few years. Rubina from North Carolina. Alicia Passad from New York but was from Trinidad. Roshini Rajan from Canada. Simi from Fort Lauderdale, Simi. Simi or Sima, I don't know. From Fort Lauderdale. Charmaine James, always support, always reach out, always let me know that you're thinking of me and that you're loving me, and I love you back and I thank you. Nazimun, you're my girl, you know that. Joyce from Barkpore, Kanhai Road, live in Chaguanas now. Elsie Edwards from Canada. Roxanne Harridan from Trinidad. Diane Tate, my girl, she calls me on the phone, we talk. Jennifer from Couva in Trinidad. Sharada from Trinidad. Neela Sampat from Trinidad. Charmaine Kelly from Pitti Valley in Trinidad. Sandy Budlal from Union Village in Mayaro. Selena Samaru from Trinidad. Ziobia Mohammed from Trinidad. Michelle Supersad from Trinidad. Fatima Abdullah from London. Felicia from London. Vijay and Sandra Persad from Wellington, Florida. Kevin Sahadu from Trinidad. Vashti Persad. Pearl Ali, Guyanese to the bone. Dwayne Camacho, we spoke on the phone last night. Thank you, my dear. Dawn, D-A-W-N-E, Dawn Camacho. I apologize. This, I don't know, K-E-I-N-O, Kaino Swamba. I apologize if I butcher that, but you know what I mean. Pinky Ramsaran, Trisha D. Frank, Lynette Dongs, that's my friend. Lynette, thank you. Thank you for reaching out to me so many times. Vicky Campbell. Lurisha from Trinidad, living in Jacksonville, Florida. Sandra Clark. Walt Hoover. Charlene Albert. Rita Ramlogan. Shamaroon Mohammed. Shabani Parkhill. Davy and Krish from Guyanese Kitchen. Big up Dave and Krish. Rebecca B-A-U-S-T Burst. Vashti Prasad. Celia Williams from Tobago. And then I have some special thanks of my husband's sisters. My sister-in-law Hafin, who reached out to us, who walked this journey with us right through. My sister-in-law Fiza, even though she's still having her own thing, she still reached out to us as many times as she come. My sisters, who I always tell you every day, reach out, talk to me. My brother Paul, who makes sure everything is taken care of. My sister-in-law Nad, my brother Peter, my brother Palmer and his wife Ingrid, who walk with me even though they weren't here every step of the way from Trinidad. My cousin Suzanne, who took the time to come from New York to look for us, to make sure everybody's doing right. And my niece, Nicole Ali. Nicole, I want to pay a special, that is excuse me, that is Dr. Nicole Ali. I have to say a special thank you for being there. You didn't have to, but you took my calls all the time. You walked through it. You make sure that your uncle was taken care of. I love you. I love you, little girl. You are always there for me and my daughter. Thank you, Dania. I have more shout outs. I'll do it in other videos, but these were the people who reach out, and even much more than that. But with traffic to me, and I appreciate, I love you, I thank you. And now let's see how this goes. So this is it. It is soft. If you can see for yourself now, we're going to check this. This is still soft. It is still hot. So if you break this, you can break it. You will see it. It's soft. It's not crunchy as the kurma. If it was a country, it would have been, but it's not. It's not a kurma. If it's a gulab jamun. I will tell you what though, I think I should have left it a little longer in the pag because I don't think it's as sweet as I would like it. So the next, I think I'll put these back in the sugar water, which is the pag with the simple syrup. But the next set I'm going to leave it longer. But it has the taste of the gulab jamun and it's soft, see? It's breaking up. It is not hard at all. It's a diabetic gulab jamun because it's not very sweet. I have to put it back. Thank you very much for joining me. Thank you for reaching out to me. Thank you. This video wasn't to cook. This video was to say thank you. I got to do that. I love you all. I appreciate you all. Subscribe, like, share, and I'll see you in the other video. Bye-bye.